My name is Curtis Hahn, coming to you from the lavish Broad Ripple Tavern here in Indianapolis. Thank you to RP Lux Residential for having me, and we're going to go over a couple of the NFL games this weekend for your betting pleasure. First game Saturday afternoon to get things kicked off, Kansas City at New England. These teams haven't met since week 4 of the 2014-2015 NFL season, and it was then when Kansas City landed New England a 41-14 beating, the worst beating that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady had taken in over 10 years. What's the difference between now and then? Obviously plenty, most notably Jamal Charles not playing for Kansas City. The fragile running back has already been out for the year for several months, and he had a hat trick of touchdowns the last time these two teams got together. Now, Alex Smith is always going to be very efficient with the football. He was 20 of 26 last week. Look for Alex Smith to be efficient with the football once again after going 20 of 26 last week. This is the kind of defense that this is the kind of offense that Bill Belichick hates to face. Veteran quarterback who's very good at short and deep routes with a team that has a very good running game. So I do look for Tom Brady to be excellent in the passing game. I would look for Gronkowski to match up with anybody Kansas City could possibly throw at him. Although they are short at wide receiver, I still like New England to cover this game, giving 5 points to Kansas City. Now, a game that's near and dear to my heart, the Saturday night game, a rematch of Week 16. The Packers travel to the desert after taking a 38-8 whooping in Week 16, giving up 9 sacks. Arizona will be playing against Green Bay once again and looking to get after Aaron Rodgers. What it's going to take for Green Bay to win the game is to shorten up the routes. Anybody who's watched Green Bay this year knows that wide receiver separation has been a huge and tremendous issue. Randall Cobb has a lot of great straight line speed, hasn't been able to get open this year. The loss of Jordy Nelson has really crippled the offense and Aaron Rodgers' numbers in particular. In fact, Carson Palmer has a higher passer rating and has 300 more yards passing this year than the former MVP Aaron Rodgers. So Arizona is going to give 7 points. How can Green Bay counter that? It's going to be very difficult. Arizona has a top secondary and is second in the league in scoring this year at over 30 points per game. 38-8, I don't expect it to be, but it makes me sad to say that I certainly can't take Green Bay with the points, although look for the number to go over 49.5. Sunday afternoon kicks off Seattle at Carolina. Carolina is just a 2-point favorite at home after beating Seattle 27-23 back in October earlier in the year. These are two of the top rushing defenses in the league, so both teams will try and take away what each team does well. It doesn't look like Marshawn Lynch is going to play, and it'll be difficult for Seattle to run the ball without their all-pro. Look for Carolina to run the ball effectively. Cam Newton with his option read should give Seattle some fits, even with their talented secondary. So look for Carolina to win this game after Seattle barely snuck one out against an inferior Vikings team last week. The Sunday night game, Pittsburgh, Denver. A few weeks ago, you may remember, back in December, this was a barn burner. 34-27, Pittsburgh won the game, keeping their playoff hopes alive. But Peyton Manning's going to start this week for Denver. What does that mean? I wish I knew. But he'll certainly be on a short leash. Look for Brock Osweiler to constantly be warming up on the sideline and expect Peyton to get the hook very quickly. Now, Denver's only given up 30 points once this year. That was to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh also lit up Denver for 380 passing yards out of Ben Roethlisberger, and Antonio Brown, who may not play this week, 189 receiving yards. Both season highs against Denver's formidable defense. I don't love Denver in this matchup. They are giving 7 points. I would take Pittsburgh. The health is an issue. We don't know if Antonio Brown is going to play. D'Angelo Williams already gone. But Roethlisberger can make even Martavius Bryant look like an all-pro. So look for the high-powered Pittsburgh offense to cover against Denver, although a win in Denver would be very difficult. Good luck this weekend playing the games, and thanks again to RP Lux Residential. Have a great weekend.